I mean, I know that Belsting has already done this unit technically, so we'll see how to deal with everything. Also, because we're transitioning to new settings, we'll see how to I guess how to deal with it. But anyway, just so you know, we are towards the end. Okay, so at first I have a short text we can read about plants with a few words, a little bit of vocabulary regarding different parts of the plant, and specifically the ones that we eat. So I guess we can start from this by reading, so we can, practice that, and then we're gonna shift to a few activities, I guess. Shall we maybe, I don't know, is everything clear up until now? Should we start?
So what do you think? It's all clear?
Clear, miss.
Rizky, are you there?
I actually tried. Yeah, Rizky's there. Actually tried to contact Miss Chichi, one of our students also. I'm still waiting for her reply.
Yeah, she probably has a schedule problem with this time during the week as well. So yeah, we'll try to tackle that. Rizky, are you there?
Yes, miss.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I guess we can start and we can divide maybe the text into parts. Let's see. Of course, it's not perfectly. All right, so we can do, I don't know, something like this, because then the next part is longer for the, okay, let's do it like this. And then from there till the end. Who wants to start reading?
Me.
Okay, go ahead.
Did you know that we eat many different parts of the plant? We eat the stem of the plant when we eat asparagus or celery. We eat the leaves of the plant when we eat lettuce. We eat the yummy fruits of the plant, and those fruits have seeds inside of them.
Okay, awesome. Any words you don't know? Did you understand everything, guys?
Maybe celery. I haven't heard about it.
Okay, so it's a type of sort of vegetable. But I don't know how to explain it to you, so maybe sorry. Let me see. I'll just show you a picture, because it's also possible that it's not very common in Indonesia. I don't know. Have you ever seen it?
Are you? I think I've seen that.
Seledri.
Oh, seledri. Okay, I know that. I know that plant.
Okay. I wasn't sure, because sometimes we have very different vegetables and plants, so you never know. So, all right, yeah. Also, I just wanted to point out the word leaves, right? So it's this is the plural, and it's an irregular plural because one is leaf. One leaf becomes two leaves. So this is an irregular plural, because you wouldn't be able to say, I mean, it would be a little bit hard to say leaves, or maybe, yeah, I don't know. I think it's because of pronunciation, but anyway, yeah, the plural becomes leaves. And actually, there are a few other words that end with an F that turn into a V in the plural. One I can think of off the top of my head would be, I don't know where to write it, but wolf becomes wolves. Or we have okay, I can't think of anything right now. But there are a few ones anyway. Yeah, just so you know, the plural, in the plural, the F turns into a V. Maybe you knew that already, but all right. Any other question? Risky? Any question?
No, miss.
All right. Okay, so we can read the next part, I guess. Risky, do you want to read this?
Which one?
From here, from sometimes till the end.
Okay. Sometimes we can eat the seeds, like when we eat strawberries or cucumbers and grapes. When we eat veggies,
Oh, I think you skipped a
like
line.
corn
I think
or
you skipped a line.
we are actually eating the seeds from the plant.
Oh yeah, I think you skipped a line from here to here, but
When we eat other veggies, most were artichoke and broccoli plants to eat.
okay. So sorry, the internet is breaking up a lot. I don't know if it's just on my end. Can you guys hear properly?
Mine too. Mine too.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
It's breaking a lot.
Oh, okay. But I think we got the gist of it. So it's this word is artichoke. It's a vegetable as well, or a flower, I guess. It looks like, I don't know if you know it, but it looks like this. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Maybe it's not common there. It's also possible. Have you ever seen it? No. Okay, so basically, it's a very interesting vegetable, I guess, because after you cook it, you actually so you start peeling the leaves on the in the outer part, and you just have to scrape off some parts of it because other parts are too hard. And then the more you get towards the center, the softer they get. So then when you get to what we call the heart of the artichoke, at least that's how we call it in Italy. I'm not sure whether it translates. But yeah, we get to the inner part, and that's much softer. So that there you just eat the whole thing once you get there. So yeah, I guess it's just not popular there. Any questions about the words, the meaning of some things?
For me, it's normal.
All right. Risky? Any question?
Yeah.
Any question?
No.
Okay. All right. So I guess Belsink, you can go with the first part, and then Risky, you can finish with the second part. Belsink?
Sometimes we eat more than, yes, Miss Becky?
Oh yeah, no, sorry, I think it was lagging. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Sometimes we eat more than one part of the plant. Many people like the root of the beet plant, but the leaves are also yummy. Beet leaves are used in salads when the leaves are young and tender. When they get bigger, beet leaves can be bitter, so they taste better cooked. We usually eat the root of the onion plant, but the stems taste good too when they are young and tender. The word I don't know is tender.
Oh, tender means soft, basically.
Okay, miss.
So it's the opposite of hard. Any other words?
No, miss. I think wait.
Okay.
Just tender.
What about what about you, Risky? Any words you don't know?
What?
It's okay. It's okay, don't worry. If there, like, I was asking if there is any word you don't know. I'm gonna type it as well.
No. Hmm.
Okay. Then would you like to read the last part? I tapped it in the chat because I'm not sure you heard me.
Rizky, sudah baca chatnya Miss Becky? Oke, Rizky.
Oh yeah.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Kak.
So would you like? Oh, okay. Yeah. Would you like to read the last part?
Yeah. Some of the plants we eat are poisonous if we eat the wrong part. Did you know that the leaves of the tomato plant are poisonous? For many years, people would not even eat tomatoes because they thought the entire plant was poisonous. Now we know the is safe and delicious. Plus, it has vitamins that are very good for us too.
Awesome. So, any questions about this part?
What is poisonous?
Poisonous. Okay, so when something is poisonous, it means that it's bad for us. so I don't know. Do you know what poison means? Poison.
No.
So I don't know. Maybe sometimes in some stories, maybe I don't know. Maybe some stories in the past, set in the past or something. I don't know. Some crime stories. Sometimes you might hear that someone, for example, killed someone else by trying to give them poison, right? Maybe they put this something in their food, or I don't know, wherever. So it's something that is contained in, I don't know, different things. That if you actually eat or drink, you're probably either going to be very, very sick or maybe even die. So it means that it's something that is not good for you, basically. There is, so one thing is poison, and that's this thing, which if it's an adjective, so it refers to something, it becomes poisonous. So it means, poisonous means that it contains poison, basically. And a similar but different thing would be venom. And the adjective becomes venomous as well. So venom is also a similar substance that you know, like you that might be bad for you, but it's usually contained, like it's not something that you eat. So for example, when you see a snake and the snake bites you and leaves this kind of substance in your body, that's venom. So that's different from poison, because poison is something you eat, whereas venom is something that you don't eat, something like that comes from a snake, for example. I don't know, did you get it? Did you get what what I meant?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Anything else? All right. What is it that I wanted to show you here? See. Oh yeah, vitamins. So in this case, the I is like it has a slightly different sound. So it's vitamins instead of vitamins. But I guess that also depends on the country. So there might be some country-based changes there, I guess. So, okay, very good. All right. So based on what we read here, we have just a small recap here, right? So the parts of a plant, the main parts of a plant are the flower, okay, which is the, I mean, more colorful part usually, but I'm sure you know what flower means. The stem, which is this part. Then we have a leaf, or, you know, multiple leaves. Then we have the roots and the seeds. And of course, we have fruits as well. So based on this, if you need to, you can also take a screenshot if you need to remember the words. But based on this, we can try and guess which parts of a plant these vegetables and fruit are from. If you don't know what something is, because some look a little bit, I don't know, weirdly drawn, we can try and understand it together. You can also maybe ask each other. Oh, of course, you can go. Of course. Then, I don't know, I guess don't ask each other. we can I don't know, should we maybe wait for Risky, or should we do it in the meantime?
I think so. Yeah, I think so because actually we only have Mr. Belsing and Risky here, which is
Okay,
he is
that's it.
one of the main part of
Yes.
this lesson. So yeah, I hope that you understand, Mr. Belsing. Is that all right for you? Or maybe you want to go to the toilet also? Grab your water or something like that.
Or you can tell me whether
I'll
you
wait.
watched.
I'll wait.
Oh,
you
you
can
can
tell
wait.
me whether you watched any of the series we talked about, or any new one. I don't know. Maybe you found some other ones.
Yeah.
Yes, I actually find the new one, but first is because I watch. Where is it? Where is it? Wait. Because I watch the OA,
Oh yeah.
and then I've seen a thumbnail that interests me, so I click on it and watch it. And the title
Okay.
is, if I'm not mistaken, it was kind of Japanese style, like Yakuza thing. Do you know Yakuza, Miss Becky?
No, I don't
Nope.
think so. I don't think so.
So
Gonna Google it.
Yakuza is like a gang in Japan, and they also
Mafia.
yes, mafia. And I watched that,
Okay.
and it was fun.
All right. So you weren't necessarily looking for something in English. You were open to other languages as well.
Yes, as long as they have English subtitle.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll keep thinking about it because I actually watch a lot of international movies and series, and my brother and sister really like mock me a little bit because I really watch like anything, even in the languages that are very far from the ones I know, and I always watch them in the original audio, even when it's a language I don't know, because I prefer it. But actually, it's not very common in Italy. I don't know about in Indonesia, but here, when they air a TV series or a movie on TV, they always dub the movies. They always dub the voices. So it's not really part of the culture, I guess, to listen to the original audio. I don't know if it's the same there.
Yeah. Oh, yes, actually, because a lot of anime from Japan are actually dubbed by the Indonesian company. Maybe it's because anime is the target of anime is the toddlers who is not really know about English, so who is not really know how to read, maybe, so they dubbed it.
Yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Makes sense. And so you said you looked for DOA and you found the other one, but did you also watch DOA, or did you just go to the Mafia one directly?
No, I watched DOA the first 15 minutes, and then I stopped.
So you didn't like you didn't like it, did you?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but thank you for the recommendation.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very peculiar, and also starts getting it's a little bit slower at the beginning, and then it starts becoming a little bit I don't know, faster. But it's also not. I know that it's not everyone's taste. I watch weird series maybe. So, but it's at least I know which kind of I don't know, genre you like and you don't like. So next time I will recenter my suggestions maybe.
But Miss Becky and Miss Putri, I think for the next week and for wait until 29th of September. I think I cannot join this class because I have a test. UTS.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay. I have to talk to Miss Putri, but I think we might be able to start. I think so. I think we
Yeah.
might be able to start the new.
The new lesson, the timing.
Yeah, I think
The
in
new lesson.
October or something.
Yeah.
What do you think? I think so. So that means, with what we talked about with Discord and, like different kind of projects, like, I don't know, the podcast or stuff. I don't know. We have to put together the data and kind of prepare everything. I guess if you have any suggestions or any, I don't know, requests, you can still send it to us, and we'll keep it in mind. But I think we should be able to afterwards, after you come back, I think.
So it's about like 2 weeks, right, Mr. Belsing?
Yeah, I
More or
still
less
go
2
in
weeks.
this course Monday. Yeah, tomorrow.
Monday.
Monday next week. Yeah, it's the last time I join this class, and then I will continue again in November. Hey.
The 1st of November.
Oh, my
November or
wait.
October?
Oh,
I've mistaken.
A little bit longer.
No. September. Wait, I just read the
October.
wrong date. Like I just looking at the October's date. wait. 21 September. Yes, the last one is oh no, actually. Okay, this is maybe the last, and then I will continue in the 1st of October.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. And Rizky, are you back?
Yeah.
We will continue. Okay, so we can continue, Miss Becky.
Awesome. Okay. So you can ask each other actually, or you can just pick one. You can tell me which one you prefer. Maybe even asking each other questions could be good, I guess. So we can pick one of these veggies or whatever around, and we can try and guess whether it's the roots of a plant, the stems, the leaves, the seeds, or the flowers. So which part of okay. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. All right. So should we wait? Do you think? So Mr. Belsing,
Back.
1 minute. Wait.
Oh, that was fast.
Wait.
Fast.
One more. Number 8. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right. So I don't know. Do you want me to ask you, or would you prefer maybe to ask each other about any of these?
I'm okay with all of it. Maybe you ask me.
Okay.
Maybe a risky one to ask me.
Oh yeah, Risky, would you like to pick one and ask?
Yeah.
And ask Mr. Belsing which part of the plant he thinks it is.
I will choose the carrot.
Okay, so you can ask him. You can say, I don't know. You can ask him about which part of the plant he thinks it is. So an example of a question could be, it's very simple. You don't need to make it too complicated, You can just say something like, Belsing, which part of the plant do you think carrots are?
So, um, can you repeat the?
Of course. Wait, let me just write it down for you. Okay, so an example of a question could be what, or actually no, it's better to say which, actually, in this case. Which part of the plant, or okay, wait, I'll make it even simpler. Just give me a second, sorry. Just a moment. Okay, let's do it even simpler like this. Okay, which okay, this is an example. In this case, it's carrots, but you can use any other example, basically. So this is an example on how to ask about which part of the plant the other person thinks it is.
Okay, so Kak Belsing, which plant part do you think carrots are?
Perfect.
I think it's the carrot. The part of the carrot that we eat is the roots.
Yeah, that's correct. It's the roots, because I don't know if you know it, but I mean, Belsing probably does because he just answered correctly. But so the carrot is usually, grows underground. So the carrot kind of grows, like this, with all the roots, and then it has like an upper part, and this one is the ground. Okay, it's the it's where you plant it, and then the upper part is the green part of the carrot, but the part that we eat is the root. So yeah, correct. So Belsing, do you want to ask Rizky?
I want to ask Rizky coconut. So, Mr. Rizky, which part of carrot do you? Hey, wait. Which plant part of?
Well, you can also say like you said it.
Okay.
Which
part of?
Which part of the plant
is? Which part of coconut is that we eat?
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's the seeds.
Is it? Is it a
seed?
Seed.
It's the fruit.
I don't know. You might be right, actually, but I don't know. Let's see. Coconut.
Okay.
I don't know if it's considered a fruit or a seed, but I think. Look. Apparently, it's a debate on the internet. So let's see.
Or a stem.
Let's see. Maybe you're right. Let's see. I actually don't know, because some are tricky. Let's see. So in this case, the almighty internet says that coconut is a seed. It's also a fruit and a nut. So it depends on how you consider it. But I guess all three answers are correct. It's it's a seed, a fruit, and a nut, I guess. So it's correct. Seed is correct. Is one of the correct answers anyway. There is
Okay.
sometimes there is not only one correct answer, you know. All right. So Rizky, do you want to ask Belsing now?
Yeah. I will choose the apple, I think.
Okay.
So,
Oh, okay.
what can I ask to Mr. Belsing about the apple?
Or you can do the same. You can still ask what part of the plant it is, or which part do we eat, or
Oh,
you can ask the same question as before, just changing the subject. So instead of a carrot, it would be an apple.
I need more example.
Oh, okay. So it's basically, you know how you asked before about the carrot? It's the same thing. You can ask the same thing, but change, instead of carrots, you can say apples in this case. So you can still ask, you can still use the same format. So you can say which plant part do you think apples are? Or you can, I mean, there are different ways in which you can ask. Another way could be, instead of saying plant part, you can say which part of the plant do you think apples are? Or which part of the plant, I don't know, is an apple? Which part of the plant is an apple? Something like that. You can
I think I can ask
formulate it.
the same thing.
Okay.
So, Kak Belsing, which plant part do you think apple are?
I think we eat the roots.
Of the apple?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Do you think it's correct, Rizky?
I think so.
Okay. Isn't it like a fruit? Now I'm doubting everything after discovering that coconuts are seeds, but
There's no fruits, so I don't know what to choose. I just choose fruits.
oh, it's I just realized there is no fruit. I didn't realize that. Okay. So I think personally, I think it would be flowers, because usually, or seed, I'm not sure, because technically a seed turns into like the whole plant, and then turns into flowers, and then flowers turn into fruit. So I'm not sure. Let's see here if it says anything. The fruits have seeds inside them. Yeah, okay. Oh, when we eat veggies like corn or peas, no, okay, that's something else. So I'm actually not sure about this. Why is there no fruit? I think I would say flower personally, but I'm not sure. Either flower or seed. Ciao. I think so, because technically flowers turn into fruit, or maybe seed, because that's like, you know, fruit contains seeds, but I don't think it's a root anyway, because it's not under the ground, right? So I would say it's probably not that. All right, so Belsing, do you want to ask Rizky now?
Okay. Coba is that an asparagus? I don't know. Which part of
I think this one is asparagus.
Yes, that one. Rizky, which part of asparagus that we eat?
I think it is the leaves.
So
I think
maybe, or maybe I'm not sure. I can't remember. What do you think, Belsing?
I don't know. I think it's the flower.
Let's see. I think it was written here somewhere. Cauliflower and artichoke and broccoli. Doesn't say. Oh no, asparagus. Wait. I remember it was written somewhere, right? Oh, asparagus. So we eat the stem. I mean, yeah, I guess we do eat the stem, yeah. But we eat the upper part as well, I think. So I don't know. I don't even know, guys. I don't know. It's yeah, I think it's bit of everything. I'm not even sure. It's more of an exercise to practice thinking about the different parts, really. But yeah, sometimes it's interesting to discover that, you know, some things that we would normally consider to be a fruit are actually something else, like a nut or whatever, like strawberries or something like that. But anyway, okay, so well done, guys. So I just want to say something about the construction of these questions. So in this case, right, I don't know, do you know the difference between which and what in a question? Do you know, go away? There was a B. So do you know the difference between which and what?
Yes, I know. I think.
Okay. Which, you know, what would be the difference?
Which is like there is. Hey, so there is 5 pencils. So when you ask someone, which is my pencil, there's only one, I think.
Okay.
And what
okay.
is for general?
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So what is more in general, and which usually entails a choice between things, right, or amongst things. So yeah, totally. And then I don't know if you noticed, but I'm not sure whether this is a slightly harder structure of a sentence. But I don't know if you noticed, but I in this question, for example, the verb to be is at the end, mostly because you are using this. you're using basically a layered question. So one is which plant part is a carrot, for example. That would be one layer of the question, and then you're adding which one do you think is the correct one, right? So by adding this layer, basically the order gets a little bit swapped up. I just wanted to show it to you. You don't need to know how to use it yet, but at least you know that it can happen, right? But one thing that I do want to tell you is about this, okay? So you can say, which part of the plant? So you can say part of the plant. But you can also say plant part. So sometimes you can use nouns as adjectives. without any genitive. When they're objects, you can actually use it as an adjective. So you will probably see it in the future. And you know, if we find it again, I'm gonna point it out a few times until it becomes a little bit clearer on how to use it. But yeah, basically you can do that with pretty much most objects. So you can say, and now I can't think of anything, of course. Okay, I can't think of any example, but basically these two ways of saying it are the same thing, just this one is shorter, basically. You might actually find it in the future. I will point it out to you. So if you're confused about this plant part, just know that it's a different way to say part of something by using a word as an adjective. Okay, I think now I've just confused you more, but anyway. Did you get anything from this, or is it just too confusing? Okay. I think it was confusing given the silence. I'm sorry, guys. I think it's the lack of lunch that is like getting to my brain a little bit. Okay.
Sign for you to eat first before the class.
Yeah, I usually do. I just, you know, my brother was here doing nothing, and I thought he would actually cook since I was busy, but yeah, he didn't. So okay, so maybe let's just remember the difference between which and what for now. So which, there is a choice between or among things, and what is more general. So let's focus on that, and then the rest we'll see in the future, because maybe it's a little bit either too confusing or too advanced. I'm not sure, but let's just don't care about the rest for now. Let's just focus on that, I guess. All right. So now I would like you to tell us some recipe that you know. If you don't know any recipe, you can either look it up on the internet, or you can ask you know, someone in the house. You can ask your, I don't know, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, I don't know. So you can ask to tell you a recipe. You can even invite them in the in the virtual class, and you can translate for us in English. But yeah, I would like you to try and practice the names of some aromatic plants, which are the ones that we eat, right? They're plants that we eat and that we usually put in food to give them a certain taste. So we have, I don't know, cardamom, we have rosemary, we have mint, we have ginger. All these are considered some sort of aromatic plant because they give an extra taste to the food we eat. So yeah, I don't know. I would like you to tell us a recipe. But of course, this might take a moment to prepare because you might not know the recipe. So I can give you like 5 minutes or something to think about it, or Google it, or ask your family about a recipe. And yeah, and then you can just tell us the steps on how to prepare something with different plants, I guess. Is it clear?
So we just need to explain the recipe of something.
Yes.
So actually, I just done my task for my school. It's about cooking.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
I made banana fried.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And so you had was it a homework regarding like the actual cooking process? Was it about how to explain it in English, or I don't know, like what kind of project was it?
It's like just the like we made a video from the beginning. What is the ingredients,
Oh,
and
nice.
then how to make it, and then and then we made it looks like we want to sell it, but we don't.
Ah, interesting. Very interesting. And did you do it in
Yeah.
English or in Indonesian or some
Indonesia
other language?
because it's not English class.
Ah, okay.
So
That's very
then
interesting, actually. Awesome.
the recipe was, I don't know if I remember. It's like using powder. I don't know, white powder and vanilla, and then some sugar, some water, and then you combine it, and then you stir it like for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, and then you peel off the bananas, and you dip it to that liquid, and then you put it to the pan full of oil, and then you start cooking, and then wait for it to golden brown, and then you take it off, and then put it on a little box, and then I add some chocolate. How is it? Chocolate, yeah, chocolate, and then we eat it like sauce. So we take the banana fried, and then scrub it to the chocolate, and then eat it, and it tastes so good.
Nice. So did you actually make it as well?
Nope, my mom was made it.
Oh, so you should try as well, maybe, and tell us how it goes. Nice, awesome. I need to try as well. Sounds delicious. I don't think I've ever tried it with these ingredients. I think I did try some kind of cooked banana. I think it was banana flambe or something. Not sure, but I haven't tried it with these ingredients, so I'm sure it tastes awesome. All right, so just a few suggestions because that was actually great. So I can only just tell you a few tips, really. Okay, so when you say dip, you said dip it to that, whatever. So instead of using to, you would normally say dip in, because you have maybe, I don't know, some kind of container, and then you just dip it in. It means that like you put it in, right? So that would be the preposition you would use to convey that you're put it in and taking it out some kind of container. Then one thing, remember to because I think you know a lot of verbs, but sometimes I think it comes from the Indonesian structure that is a little bit different, because I guess you sometimes don't use the verb in the same way you would in English. So if you can, try to remember to use the verb when you say something like wait for it to, you can say to become brown, or to get brown, or whatever. So remember the verb there. And then very last thing, which is also, I think, an effect of the different sentence structure. that would be, instead of saying banana fried, you would normally say fried banana, because the adjective usually goes before the name in English, which I think is the opposite from Indonesian, right? I think you do the opposite, or that's what Duolingo says. So yeah, just remember that. If you say, I think if you say something like, if you use a different language, like I did before, banana flambé. Flambé would come from French, so I think I would say flambé second, because in French it would be like that. But normally it just goes before, so fried banana. But yeah, very, very nice. Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Belsing. All right, Rizky,
Yeah.
do you know any recipe? Something to
Yeah.
cook. Do you know how to cook something?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to tell us about a recipe?
Yes.
Okay, great. All
Um,
ears. Sorry.
Last month I cooked fried rice and I ate it by myself. It tastes so good.
And how did you make it?
I make it with ketchup and then a little bit chili
Mm,
and a little bit onion.
awesome. Was there any vegetables in it?
Yeah, it's a tomato.
Nice. And anything else inside?
And no,
Okay. And did you make it all yourself, or did your parents maybe cooked with you, or your brother or your sister? I don't know. Did you, or friends, did you cook it completely on your own, or?
there is someone help me.
And do you know how to reproduce it? Do you know how to do those parts, the parts that I don't know, the other person prepared? Do you remember it?
Why?
Oh, like you said that someone helped you, right?
Yes.
Who
Someone.
did? Who did?
I think my grandmother helped me.
Oh. And do you remember the steps your grandmother took to prepare to help you prepare it? Or do you only remember the parts that you did?
Yes.
Okay, you remember. So what did she do to prepare it?
First, I prepared the rice first and with some egg. And I prepare the onion. I prepare the chili and I cook it.
Nice, awesome, very good. So when you tell someone the steps on how to prepare something, that's called a recipe. Don't know if you know this word, but so that's called a recipe. So a recipe is the all the steps that you need and all the ingredients that you need to prepare something. So you can tell someone else, and the other person can prepare the same food in the way you told them, basically. So that's called the recipe. So basically, what you just told us is that is with all the steps, right? And a word I would like you to know is to chop up. So when you said you prepared the onions, I think you probably cut the onions, right?
Yeah, and
Okay.
my grandmother cut the chili.
Okay. So when you cut something in small pieces or in more than one piece, so you just cut a lot, right? Which is what usually happens with onions. A useful verb is to chop up. So you can say, oh, can you please chop up the onions for me? That means that you're cutting them in small pieces. So that's a useful word when you're cooking. Chop up. And then last suggestion. So you talked about the past, right? You said that last month you cooked fried rice. So in that case, because you're talking about the past, you would use verbs in the past. So for example, I cooked, I prepared, I don't know, ate, etc. So that's usually with ed for a normal verb. So for example, like we said, cooked, or I don't know, prepared. All these end with ed. Otherwise, there are some irregular ones, like ate, drank, etc. But those come with a little bit of practice, I guess, because there are a few, and the more you hear them, the more you'll remember them, I think. But just try to, if you're talking about the past, this is actually a common thing because even there it's a different structure in English. But you try to remember, if you can, to talk about the past with past verbs so that it's clear what you mean when someone is listening, basically. But yeah, very nice, awesome. I wish I could prepare fried rice as well with the correct recipe. I haven't tried to cook it myself the Indonesian way anyway, so maybe I'll just follow your suggestions. All right. Okay, so we are done with this because obviously by being only 2 students, it just went fast. So I'll just open the new one so we can start it, and then we'll just finish it next time. Just give me a second. Where are you? Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, so in this part, we will continue with the topic, but we are going to add a small grammar thing one that Mr. Belsing likes a lot, and that's have got. So basically, I mean, I know Mr. Belsing did because he's done this with us. But Rizky, have you ever heard someone say have got instead of have?
Yeah.
Okay. So when do you think people use have got instead of have? In your opinion, I mean, just to see whether you caught it.
I don't remember.
Okay. Mr. Belsing, do you remember when to use have and when to use have got?
I think is the longer syllables. I think use
Okay.
have got.
Okay. Like what, for example? Can you give us an example? You're muted. I don't know if you're talking right now, but
I don't know. I cannot think of any word right now.
okay. No problem. It's just to kind of kind of get a feeling of whether you are familiar with this. Basically, I think I have written it here, right? Okay, so first of all, normally, in most cases, you can choose whether to use either. In most cases, you can use either. So in most cases, they are the same in terms of when you can use it. But first of all, there is a difference usually in how often it is used depending on the country. So you will probably hear British people using have got more than American people. And then, of course, there are all the other countries which tend to be either in one or the other category. But generally, you will hear have got more by the Brits. A second thing you need to notice, you need to know, is that it's usually used informally, and usually you just use it in the present form. Have got, that is. So you won't likely hear have got in the future or in the past. It's usually just for the present. So if they are basically the same, why do we use different ones? Well, for different reasons. One is for emphasis. So when you use have got in certain circumstances, it usually has a stronger meaning to it. So for example, you might have heard in movies or something, I've got to go now, or you've got to see that movie, or you've got to read that book, you've got to, I don't know, go to that workshop, it's amazing. Okay, so in this sense, you're using it to emphasize, so to make stronger the meaning of what you're saying, and you're trying to convey some kind of obligation, but in this kind of sense. Like when you say you've got to see that movie, you're not forcing the other person to. It's just a way to make it stronger. Then you use it for possession. So when you want to say that you possess something, like, I don't know, I've got a car, I've got a dog, I've got, I don't know, a pen, or have you got a pen by any chance, or you know, have you got any pet in the house, etc. So in this sense, it means that you're possessing that thing. In this case, it's basically the same thing as have. You can say I have a dog, but you can say I've got a dog. You can say I have, I don't know, a car, but you can also say I've got a car. So in that sense, it's the same. It's often used to talk about illnesses as well, like I've got a headache, I've got a stomach bug, he's got a toothache, etc. Or with descriptions. So again, about something they possess, basically something that they have, you know, about them. So he's got long brown hair, she's got huge blue eyes, etc. As you can see, in all of these, you could use have and have got in the same way, but it differs usually depending on the country and how strong you want the meaning to be. But you can't use it, for example, in the future or in the past, like we said. So you can't say I will have got to go. That is not possible. You can only say I've got to go right now, but you can't use it in the future. Other than that, it basically behaves in a very similar way to have, but in questions, instead of using do or does, which you would with have, right? Do you have a pen? That's with do. But if you use have got, you don't use do or does. You just use have or has. So for example, right, I can say, do you have a pen? But I can also say, have you got a pen? So they mean the same thing, but it's different ways to say it. And depending on which country the person you're talking to is from, you might hear it more or less. You still hear it in certain countries like the US, but there it's usually less used for possession and more used for emphasis. So like, I've got to go, or like, I've got to buy that, or etc. Something like that. I'm not sure. Okay, no, that's something else. So do you have any questions about this?
It's clear.
They are so silent. Rizky, did you understand this, or do you have any doubts?
I little bit understand.
Okay, so a little bit. So it means that something is still confusing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what is confusing? What did you understand from this, and what did you not understand?
Hmm. Um, hmm,
So when do you think we use, or you know, from this, when do we use have got? What's the difference from have?
uh, mm, mm, almost same thing.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, that's correct. It's very similar. Okay. So it's basically the same thing. Very good. So that's the point one, right? That's the most important concept to remember. But when, in which cases can you only use have and not have got? Are there any cases?
Maybe time,
For example?
like in MasterChef. You have 1 minute left to prepare. Yeah, like that.
Yeah, but did you watch like which country was that Master Chef from?
USA.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Okay. So in that case, it's basically a version of possession, because you have 5 minutes is still something you kind of possess in a way, right? So the reason why you heard you have 5 minutes is because it's American English. But you might hear have got just the same in this case. So you can hear you've got 5 minutes to go. It's I would say it's the same. Also, I had prepared something that I can't find right now about the differences. I think I have it here. Just a second. Let me see. This one. It was about the test. Let me check. The last test we did, I think. Ah, there we go. Yes. Okay. So here I put a small summary of some cases in which you can't use have got. Okay, so and actually I didn't tell you about it earlier. So as we said, they have, oh wow, why is it colorful? Okay, so they basically have the same meaning, but when you use have got, usually it's stronger in meaning. Okay, so that's the first difference, in a way, sort of difference. But they have you can use them the same way in most cases. Okay, but sometimes, especially when you use it to suggest something to others, it's stronger. So that's the first thing. There are a few examples in which you cannot use have got. One is the one I told you earlier, and that's in the past or the future. I don't know why it's called. Oh, it's okay. I'll just leave it like this. So one case is the past and the future. In most cases, okay, let's say the majority of the time, you only use it in the present. And another exception is when have doesn't actually mean to possess something, but it means it's like it's substituting another verb. So for example, right, when you say have lunch, I'm gonna have lunch in a few minutes, okay? Have lunch basically is another way to say eat lunch, right? Because you eat your lunch. So in this case, have doesn't mean that you possess the lunch. It means that you're gonna eat it. So in this case, you cannot say have got because it means something else. Same for something like have a shower. Have a shower is another way to say take a shower. Okay, so you don't, if you say I've got a shower, it means that you have the facility. Okay, it means that you have the you have a shower thingy in your bathroom. But if you say that you're gonna have a shower, or you're gonna, I don't know, or you just had a shower earlier, that means that you actually were under the water and you washed yourself, right? So in these circumstances, you can only use have because have means something else in this context. So what I would like you to remember is that they are usually used in the same way, meaning that usually you can use either. Okay, you can say I have a dog, I've got a dog. I have a pen, I've got a pen, etc. Except for words, for sentences in which have means something else, like have lunch or have a shower, and past and future tenses. Usually it's just in the present that you can use have got, usually. And have got usually means more emphasis. So just to sum it up, let me see. Maybe if I actually give you a clearer table, it could be a little bit clearer. This works. What? It's still from the last time. Why? Move. Okay. So, okay. Have and have got. All right. Usually they are the same, but have got has more emphasis. Which means that it's stronger. And it's more used in the UK, let's say, than, for example, the US. Okay, so this is the first difference, but in all these, they have the same meaning. But you can only use have when the verb is actually a substitute for something else, like take a shower, in which you can say have a shower, or take have lunch, which means eat lunch, and similar situations. So in this one, you can only use have. You cannot use have got. And then it would be better, let's say that have is usually used also in the past and the future. Because have got is usually used in the present. So these are the differences, basically, when it means something else and in the past and the future. All the rest are the same with have got, which is stronger. Is it a little bit clearer now? Risky?
Risky, are you there?
Yes, Miss
Is
Putri.
it clear? Is it clearer like this, or is it still confusing?
It's clear.
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
From
Then I guess we can practice using it next time. So you can actually apply the theory as well. We can use it in some situations, Risky, because Belsink won't be here, but we can use it the next time, and we can do some activities in which we practice using it. All right?
okay.
Okay, awesome.
Awesome. So I hope that we can add more participants later, because the discussion is really good actually, the material, but we need to have some more participants, right, Miss Becky?
Yeah,
They look so tired, so terrified. I have no idea. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Belsing, so on Monday we still have a meet, right? So
No, I think you said today is the last time, I think, right?
Monday is the last time, or today is the last time?
Today,
Next
because I
Monday.
start the test in Tuesday.
Oh, so today is the last time. Okay, I heard before Monday. Okay, okay then. So probably I also have to have a dinner. Okay.
So I'm not the only one.
Right. So thank you very much for all of you. Yeah, I know this is really hard because just two of us. You know, I mean, two of you, not two of us. Yeah. So I hope that you're okay with that. I mean, just two of you. Okay, but don't worry. Okay, we will get more friends later. Okay, and stay safe, stay well, and for you, Miss Becky, have a good lunch. Yeah, later, and have a good day. Okay.
All right. To you too.
Thank you,
Very
Rizky and
nice,
Mr.
Bye.
everyone.
Belsing.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.